Beautiful.
Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Karley Cosmos, and okay. Hello, Internet Explorers. I don't know why I find that so funny, but I just do. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Karley Cosmos, and today I'm hitting you with a new video. And this one's pretty exciting because it is how I do my self-portraits for Instagram. Yeah. I've been doing self-portraits since I was like 13 years old, alone in my room with like a Coolpix camera. Not much has changed, I've just upgraded my camera, but I'm pretty much still the same person. As I got older, my love for self-portraits and really conceptual visual portraits shoots grew and grew and grew, and I was really embarrassed when I was younger to ask other people to take my photo for me because I had like a really specific idea in mind of what I wanted. But whenever I would say it out loud, it just like kind of sounded a little bit whack. So I was like, why not just take this into my own hands, you know? If you want something done right, gotta do it yourself. And so that's what I've been doing. And I want to teach you and show you guys all my tips and tricks. And since sometimes the shoots take hours and hours and I end up creating like a disastrous mess, sometimes just doing it on your own is really liberating. It feels great because you've done it all. You produced, wrote, edited, directed your own freaking Instagram photo. And that's pretty damn cool. So grab a camera or your iPhone, get your tripod out, put your smile on, and let's get down to business. Okay, so first, setting up my area. I have really blank walls right now. We haven't painted anything, so I use fabrics that I get from local textile shops, but I'm sure you can buy them online as well. Pretty much like YouTube backdrops, you can just Google that in Amazon and lots of colors come up. I really love fabrics, but some people use paper. It's really up to your preference. And I literally just tape it on my wall because I'm hacky like that, and that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna start off with some tips that I really wish I knew when I was first starting out, and I hope that they can help you. Make sure you have a tripod that can flip your camera vertically so that it can shoot portrait style. I use a super old one that I don't recommend, so I'm not going to recommend mine, but there are tons on Amazon or anywhere that you can buy a camera gear at. In terms of camera equipment that I use, I have a Canon 80D, which I absolutely love. I use it for my videos, photos, everything. But honestly, if you have the right lighting, you can use an iPhone to take really magnificent photos with. So up to you and your preference and your budget. In terms of lenses, I use my kit lens because lenses are so expensive, and I find it works really well. Like, you can buy fancy lenses and you'll get a great depth of field and beautiful sharp portraits, but for me right now, my 18 to 55 kit lens is great. If I'm trying to make a more dynamic photo to look like I have a better lens, I will actually just like hold a piece of fabric or something really close to the lens to make it more dynamic with more depth of field and kind of like cheat my way in. And that seems to be working for me, but I'm sure one day I'll get over it and buy a better lens. So if you can afford it, heck yeah, do that. For lighting, I bought this softbox kit from Amazon a while ago. I'm pretty sure it's still up there. It was like one of the main ones. I just clicked the first one that was the cheapest and bought that. They're pretty good, especially when it's too dark to shoot portraits for my Instagram feed. It's very bright, very pink, so I don't want any shadows or any darkness, so softboxes are great for that. And also, daytime lighting can be a little bit whack sometimes, so I'll use those to kind of diffuse that and create my portrait. Okay, so now you're super excited, ready to shoot your portrait, and you're like, oh, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to shoot. Where do I start? I have a prop bin that I just have collected things over the years, and I put it in there, and I usually pull something out there, and I get inspired by that. I also have a folder on Instagram, just a saved folder of shoots that I'm inspired by so that I can kind of refer to those when it's time to shoot. Poses. Poses is like a whole other video, but for me, it's pulling out my flip screen viewfinder and literally seeing what looks good. It takes quite a while to really perfect your pose and not feel like super awkward about it. I totally get that. but eventually you'll find your groove and you'll be like, oh, I can do this. And also halfway through the shoot, I'll review the photos to see if I'm like working it or not so much. And if I really love to pose, I'll go back and kind of recreate it to make it exactly what I want. It all is trial and error and basically figuring out along the way what you wanted all along. That's deep. I guess I'm old school because a lot of people use like a auto shutter or like an app on their phone to like release a shutter on their camera to take self-timer photos. I literally just like click the interval timer on the back and just like run into position, and like the first 5 photos are me like like getting into position, but I don't care, whatever, delete those and move on with my life. Another tip I wish I learned for portraits, so it's usually, I think 16:9 is the main frame it shoots in, at least my camera does, but if you change it to 3:2, gives you a little bit of a wider frame, and so you have more wiggle room. And it also looks better on Instagram when you have to crop for 4:5. There you go, numbers. It's just you and you, girl, so take as many photos as you like. Doesn't matter, you can delete them all later and only choose like the best one. And some other side tips, I love to use a lot of props. I love baked goods in my photos. I love putting things over my face, over my eyes. I'm gonna do a separate tutorial actually on posing and what to do in photos because that is just a whole other chapter. Yeah, so those are all my tips and tricks for what I do for my self-portraits. And to go a little further into the editing side of things, I use Lightroom to really pinkify, expose. As you probably know if you follow me on Instagram, I love overexposed photos, I love pink, I love color, so I really shoot accordingly and edit accordingly. And if it really needs some help, some pink help, brightening and whatnot, I'll put it in Photoshop, dodge and burn, and brighten it, etc. Toggle some things until it fits perfectly into my feed. And let me know down below if you would like to see how I pose and how I edit my photos. So let me know down below in the comments what kind of videos you'd like to see next, if you're interested in this kind of tutorial video, or if you'd like to see something else, please let me know. Yeah, like this video if you like pink, or you like photography. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I know I took a hiatus, but I'm back. And I love being here and I'm so excited to film a lot more videos for you guys. And thank you so much for being here. I appreciate y'all. Now, get rootin', tootin', shootin'.